Fogelsong.
And I'm Cameron Harper.
It's been an afternoon of flooded streets and hailstorms here in the valley.
A real mess out there, in fact. Royal Norman has a bird's eye view of all of it now from News Chopper 3. Royal?
Cameron, we are over East Phoenix right now, another area which received some heavy rains this afternoon between 3 and 4 o'clock. We're going to take a look out of the helicopter right now, and you're going to be able to see, well, basically some wet streets and some streets with water running across, but not as serious in terms of street flooding here as we saw in southern ends of Phoenix. Now, a combination of conditions led to today's heavy thunderstorms. Lots of moisture in the air, daytime heating, and the presence of a cold front to the east of us in New Mexico, which destabilized the atmosphere. It was a typical monsoon storm. It hit quickly, carrying with it heavy rains, wind, and hail, and dissipated rather quickly, too. A severe thunderstorm warning was issued for about an hour this afternoon for the greater Phoenix area. However, it was the eastern and southern sections of the valley which felt the brunt of the storm. The most obvious result, widespread street flooding. The Mill Avenue underpass in Tempe had water running across the road, and scattered power outages in that city didn't help the traffic mess. The heaviest rain was reported in South Phoenix. More than 3 inches fell in less than an hour near 40th Street and Baseline. Ditto the street flooding there and the traffic jams, which are still persisting at this hour. More than 3 dozen homes just north of Baseline had water running up to and into them, but at the Cimarron development, this fella found some time for some fun. It wasn't any fun for the employees at the CPS Direct Marketing Company. At least a half dozen of them saw their cars fill up with water. A drain at the end of their parking lot clogged up.
The clouds just opened up, it just burst. Before we knew it, there's a page coming over the intercom. Move your cars while you can, and everybody rushed to the front, and it was just a torrent rushing down. Really bad.
Now, while up to 3 inches of rain fell in southern areas of Phoenix, officially over at Sky Harbor Airport, only 2/100ths of an inch of rain fell. That just gives you an idea of how isolated these monsoon storms can be.
Okay, thank you, Royal. In parts of the valley, and tonight lakes and ponds still stand where yards and streets once were. Elizabeth Vargas reports that as the water recedes, it's leaving destruction behind.
Part of this canal wall in South Phoenix is crumbling away. Tonight's rain eroded all the ground supporting it.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it's all ready to go right there.
And that's not the only section of the wall ready to collapse. Edith Fields and her husband Keith showed us other spots where water spurts out of cracks. The Fields say tonight's storm was the worst they've seen in years. Their neighbors agree.
Well, it was coming at a 45-degree angle, and there was hail. It was about that big.
And when the rain and hail stopped, brown water gushed through the streets, swallowing cars in its way. One woman had to get help to push her car to dry land.
As you can see, it's completely flooded inside, so there's damage to the carpeting and the upholstery and so forth. The engine seems to start. Seems to be okay. A little bit of good news, you bet.
Tonight, the waters are receding, leaving a brown muck behind. Storm drains are clogged, and you can still hear the rainwater rushing beneath them.
A lot of the people in this neighborhood thought they were buying homes in the desert, but it seems that for today at least, they're the proud owners of lakefront property.
And while they're waiting for that lake to disappear, people and pets alike are taking the opportunity to enjoy it. Elizabeth Vargas, News Channel 3.
Much of that water should be gone in a day or so, but in places where drainage is poor, pools of water could be around until the end of the week.
A huge 4-alarm fire swept through a Northwest Phoenix hotel today.